Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
The police accountability bill, which took away qualified immunity, should be changed.
We appreciate our police, our state police, and our municipal police more every day.
Gubernatorial candidates meet with Connecticut's public safety leaders. Their messages ahead of election season.
And a well-known civil rights attorney will lead the legal fight for a local man who was injured in a police van. And now Richard Cox's story is getting national attention.
An arrest made in the shooting of a Waterbury 2-year-old. Now at 5, the suspect who turned himself in.
The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel.
And today, a surprise hearing in the investigation into the January 6th Capitol riots. Now at 5, we hear from a key aide while Donald Trump was president.
Good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. The Connecticut primaries are almost a month away, and today the shore of Old Saybrook set the scene for the 2022 gubernatorial race as the two major party candidates clashed on public safety related issues.
It was a Q&A for public safety officials organized by the Connecticut Emergency Management Association. Fox 61's Matt Caron breaks down the back and forth.
We have one of the best police forces in the world. I think that's reflected in one of the safest states.
Public safety took center stage in Old Saybrook Tuesday for a gubernatorial candidates forum.
We need to invest in law enforcement. We need to find a way to attract more recruits.
Lamont and Stefanowski for the first time this election season in the same place, but not at the same time, speaking separately. Then Q&A with first responders, what they want in a governor.
Sit and talk with us and listen and respond to what our needs are.
With first responders, a typically more conservative voting bloc, Republican Bob Stefanowski took the opportunity to criticize Governor Lamont.
Governor Lamont has become very extreme.
So the gloves are off and the messages are different. Lamont downplayed an impending wave of state police retirements.
If I could have just one more executive order, please, nobody retire if you're younger than me.
While pivoting to his accomplishments in the judicial system.
We just brought in the biggest class of judges in the history of the state. I don't want the wheels of justice to slow down.
Stefanowski slammed a rise in crime, but didn't offer many specifics.
We have to do something about the increased violence.
While criticizing the state's COVID response, for which he did play a role, procuring more than 1 million masks.
We should not have had nursing homes putting plastic bags on their body because they didn't have gowns. We shouldn't have been reusing the surgical masks.
The candidates tackled other public safety issues ranging from the legalization of marijuana, the opioid epidemic, to diversity recruitment and the expansion of body cameras. Green Party candidate Michelle Bicking was also supposed to speak at the Public Safety Forum but backed out. According to the latest Quinnipiac University poll, Lamont was up 8 points on Stefanowski. He only won by 3 points back in 2018. Reporting in Old Saybrook, Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Matt. The New Haven man paralyzed while in the custody of New Haven police recently now has a national stage, in large part due to famed civil rights attorney Ben Crump joining his legal team.
Fox 61's Tony Terzi joins us live from New Haven Police Department with how the team will proceed on behalf of that 36-year-old Tony.
Hey there, Sarah. Good afternoon, Brent, and everyone at home. We got word today from the legal team representing Cox and his family that within 60 days, they will sue the city. Richard Cox remains paralyzed, and there's nothing his mother can do to help.
I don't want to see my son in that damn room with that thing on his neck, on his face.
Randy, as his family and friends call him, was severely injured June 19th during an abrupt stop of the police van he was being transported in. It had no seat belts, just hand straps.
They knew about the situation with Freddie Gray several years ago.
Amen.
They watched cities burn across America years ago, and they didn't put those proper protocols into action.
And many have pointed to this video of the officers dragging Cox from the van, despite him telling them numerous times he couldn't move after crashing head first into the back of the van.
The mayor said that this is a few bad apples in the bunch. I disagree. This is a culture of the New Haven Police Department.
The mayor disagrees, and the assistant police chief, who could be approved as the new full-time chief as soon as next Tuesday, says if confirmed, he will implement what's called an early warning system for officers' accountability.
We catch them doing the small things, pair them with officers that do the good things and the right things and correct the problems. But if the problems are too far gone, then we need to take harder disciplinary action.
Famed civil rights attorney Ben Crump said America now needs to know what happened in New Haven. So last night,
We put the video out on social media, and by the time we woke up this morning, 1 million people had watched the horrific video.
and Attorney Crump says some 10,000 of those million had commented on the video. So yes, the nation now does know. We're live here in New Haven outside police headquarters. Tony Terzi, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Tony. New tonight, a suspect has been arrested in the shooting of a 2-year-old Waterbury boy earlier this month. Fox 61's Ben Goldman joining us now in the studio with more details on the arrest. Ben?
Well, Brent, 20-year-old Kara Samuels turned himself into police yesterday. Samuels appeared in court this afternoon, facing multiple charges, including assault and reckless endangerment. He was charged with illegal transfer of a weapon, criminal use of a weapon, and carrying a pistol without a permit. He was also charged with illegal possession of a weapon in a vehicle and risk of injury to a child. Police responded to Waterbury Hospital June 21st over a report of a child gunshot victim who was brought to the emergency room. The incident happened at a home on Pinecrest Drive in Waterbury. The 2-year-old was reportedly shot in the abdomen. According to police, the 2-year-old victim is now in stable condition and is recovering at Connecticut Children's in Hartford. Samuels is now being held on a $750,000 bond. For more information, go to fox61.com or the Fox 61 mobile app. In the studio, I'm Ben Goldman. Brett, back to you.
Hi, Ben, thanks. We're going to turn to the Weather Watch now. Today, sunny and beautiful day, picture perfect summer day. Look at that sky. Less humidity, temps in the 80s, and it's going to go on for a few days, apparently.
Yeah, meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us now with a look at the forecast. You saw that, Ryan, just a few clouds up there.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think these are the days we live for. You know, we think back to January, February. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Can you hear me now? I was just about to say, I think these are the days we live for when you think back to January and February. And the blizzards and the snowstorms and the wind chill days. None of that today. We're around 80 degrees right now in Hartford, 76 very nice degrees in New Haven as well. And as we look at the trend tonight, a few passing clouds late tonight, but temperature is going to be very, very comfortable. Once again, you can give the AC a break as we dip into the 50s in most of the state, probably not dropping below 60 in New Haven and Bridgeport, a little bit warmer there on the shoreline. Great day ahead tomorrow, a comfortable start for summer camp in the 60s at 8 a.m., but it will be a warmer day tomorrow. Temperatures getting back up into the mid-80s, so for the kids at summer camp, it's sunglasses, the hat, short sleeve t-shirts, and plenty of water too in the afternoon. Look at what's coming later in the week. We are heating up into the 90s on Friday, and then after that we stay pretty warm for most of the holiday weekend too. We're expecting temperatures in the 80s. The one day this weekend we'll have to keep an eye on the weather is Saturday. There may be some showers and thunderstorms that day, which could impact some of the fireworks shows Saturday night. We'll take a closer look at that and the rest of the holiday weekend too, coming up in the full forecast.
All right, Ryan, thanks. New at 5 now. A man's body was recovered at Candlewood Lake today. The body was found in the same area of the lake where a 20-year-old man went missing last week. He was swimming Friday night near Green Island, which is also known as Chicken Rock. The Office of the Chief State Medical Examiner will determine cause and manner of death. So far, the body has not been identified. The investigation is ongoing.
Hartford police are investigating a shooting that left a man in his 20s injured. Police say the victim walked into St. Francis Hospital with a gunshot wound last night. He told officers he was shot on Asylum Street not far from Bushnell Park. He's expected to make a recovery, but no word on any suspects or arrests.
And tonight, at least 4 people are dead and dozens injured after an Amtrak crash on Monday. That train traveling from Los Angeles to Chicago when it hit a dump truck in Minden, Missouri. The rail cars tumbled off the tracks, falling onto their sides, killing 3 people, including the driver of the truck. The Missouri State Highway Patrol saying today about 150 people were taken to 10 area hospitals with injuries ranging from minor to very serious. The 4 people who died in the accident have not been publicly identified yet. Today, officials working to determine why the truck was on the tracks.
It's an uncontrolled crossbuck intersection on a gravel road, so no lights, no electronic control devices.
Says more than 240 passengers and crew members were on board the train at the time. Among them, more than a dozen Boy Scouts who used their first aid training to help other passengers until first responders arrived. The National Transportation Safety Board has launched an investigation into this accident.
The death toll is rising after dozens of migrants were found in an abandoned tractor trailer in Texas. The truck was found yesterday in San Antonio. Temperatures outside were over 100 degrees. There were no signs of water or working air conditioning inside the truck. President Biden released a statement today saying in part, quote, "This incident underscores the need to go after the multi-billion-dollar criminal smuggling industry preying on migrants and leading to far too many innocent deaths," end quote. 3 people have been arrested while the DHS investigates.